Hello everybody and welcome to Mother Rabbit's Kitchen. Today we are making sheet pan pizza. It's gonna be like that thick crust, yummy, soft and crispy on the outside, filled with sauce and cheese and toppings. Stick with me, it's gonna be delicious. We're gonna start with our dough, which is really simple. It's even simpler than making most breads. So we're gonna start with just 1.5 cups of warm water. And then in this measuring cup, I'm going to add a tablespoon of sugar and a tablespoon of yeast. Now we're just gonna stir it up and just set it aside just for a few minutes while we measure our dry ingredients. Now for our dry ingredients, we're going to measure 3 3/4 cups of bread flour. Just gonna kind of do my best. That's 1. This wasn't the best way to do it. 3. I'm just calling that 3/4 cup. Very forgiving recipe right here. I need a lot of forgiveness in the kitchen. How about you? To our flour, we're going to add 1.5 teaspoons of kosher salt. Whisk that up. Pour in our water, sugar, and yeast mixture. Add 2 tablespoons of softened butter. If you want to do 2 tablespoons of olive oil, you can. I just really like the taste of butter. Now all we're gonna do is stir it up gently at first because there's a lot of water in there. So if you go in hard and fast, you're gonna get splashed. So I'm just gonna kind of, whoop. I meant splashed by water and then the flour's like, oh really? Watch this. This is what I'm just gonna do. That's how they do it in Italy, right? I don't know, I've never been there. Somebody take me. It's gonna be a little bit resistant to all this mixing. Just show it who's boss. Keep mixing, keep going. Now I'm just gonna flour a surface and knead it until it just kind of comes together as a nice smooth dough. It's not gonna be perfect, but neither am I. I mean, it'll turn out perfectly. It's just not gonna like, you know what I mean, or don't you? Sometimes I don't even know what I mean, So I've only kneaded this for maybe a minute or 2. It's really all you need, just until it comes together like a semi-smooth, albeit a little bit wrinkly sort of ball. And then you're just gonna oil your bowl and put it in. But I haven't oiled my bowl yet, so I'm gonna do that now. I'll use a little olive oil to coat the bowl, so we get a little bit of that olive oil flavor. I've made pizza dough with olive oil before. I don't know if I put too much olive oil in, but just like the dough tasted like olive oil too much, and it was just a little much for me. So I've just coated it, and I'm gonna put my cover on, and I'm just gonna let it rest for about 45 minutes or so until it's doubled in size, nice and soft and fluffy. All right, while the dough is rising, it's a little chaotic right now for a few reasons. Oh, this is one of them, and that's the other one. I'm babysitting for a friend today. He's actually our former foster son. He's so adorable and sweet. Can you please? So I have to lock this down, and I'm actually gonna use this, what I normally use is my cheese grater. You hear the sirens in the back? I've got a firefighter in the house. All right, so we're just going to use this slicer for the pepperoni, okay? So we're gonna slice some pepperoni. Okay, you wanna put the cup in there, okay? All right, go ahead. Let's see if this works. I think I might need, oh gosh. All right, I might need to do this part. Okay, so that didn't work at all. So I'm going to slice up the pepperoni. I tried. And now we're gonna go back to our trusty little knife, and I'm gonna slice up this mangled pepperoni log. So I'm just gonna slice it thinly. You could get the pre-sliced pepperoni from the store. Cami, don't crash it. Sneezies. Don't crash into him, okay? A whole lot of pepperoni. And probably use about 1/3 of it. All right, back to the cheese grater. I'm actually gonna use it for cheese this time, so I know it will work. This is an 8-ounce block of sharp cheddar cheese, which I got BOGO the other day, so I figured, let's get it. This is what he always does. He's like, oh, you recording? Time to interrupt. Now listen, if you would like to help me, okay, good, you have to be a good boy, okay? So go ahead and shred that cheese. Yeah, be careful. Loki, can you sit down, please? Sit down. Good boy, sit. 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 Good. Good listener. This is not sticking. It's working. Let's go. Okay. Yeah, take a break. You already did a few turns, so take a break and eat. Go ahead. I'll just push it. Go ahead. I know traditional pizza doesn't usually involve cheddar cheese, but you know those 4 cheese pizzas that you can get? One of them is usually cheddar. It just gives a nice, extra salty, sharp, fun, cheesy type of flavor to your pizza. And when it comes to pizza, for me, the cheesier the better. Come on. I also am going to use mostly mozzarella cheese, obviously. Go ahead. You are working hard over here. Okay. I'm just gonna use this. Are you eating all the cheese? Are you eating all that cheese? Is it good? You gotta save some for the pizza. Okay, now we're down to probably 7 ounces of cheese. If anyone's taking notes. We might go down to 6. We'll see. How many ounces of that cheese are you gonna eat?
5.
5 ounces of cheese. I believe it. All right, I'm gonna cut them off of the cheese, and then we will get to 2 more toppings that I wanna do. I'll show you. Come on. One of the other toppings I'm gonna use on this sheet pan pizza is I have this country style sausage, chicken sausage. It's chicken breakfast sausage, and it's really, really good. So I just, so loud in here right now. So I just have 3 links left, and I figured why not use them for something like this. Got my pan on medium. And I'm just gonna slice these up thinly and then let them saute in the pan. These boys are so cute right now. They are riding around the house on these, I don't know, things. And Camden is going, come on, Loki, you can do it.
Come on, Loki, you can do it.
Yes. I'm just gonna take this sausage out of the pan. And I'm gonna use the same pan for my onions. Technically my dough is done rising, but I'm just gonna let it sit for a few more minutes while I finish off this stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna still let this sit on the heat, slow heat, while I get my red onion going. Like I said, I'm only using half of it. The other half is going in that guacamole, baby. Raise your hand if you love guacamole. Tell me in the comments if you love some guacamole. My guacamole, oh my gosh, I just put a onion skin in there. I thought that was a garbage bowl. It's not, it's my sausage. Okay, anyway, back to my red onion. I'm just gonna slice it up. Just medium slices. Let them step. Ow! Ow! Be really careful when you do that. I gotta go get some ice. Then just a little bit of balsamic. Put a tablespoon or so. Let that reduce down. Woo! The fumes. If the balsamic has completely reduced down, I'm gonna turn it on low and I'm just gonna add a teensy bit, just like not even a teaspoon. Yeah. Sure. Maybe some water. All right, those are done. I'm gonna set those aside and work on the dough. Now it's time to work on our pizza dough in terms of getting it in our sheet pan. So the dough has been rising for, it's supposed to be 40 minutes. It was probably more like over an hour, but that was just my life today. So I'm just kind of gathering the dough. It's nice and soft. What? That's so great. And I'm just gonna plop it onto my sheet pan and just kind of gently.
So much to me. I love it.
Did you wash your hands when you got home?
I will.
Well, okay, Jane is in the bathroom, so do not look when you go in the bathroom, okay? And I'm just...
I'm not looking. Mom, where's the stove?
Oh, I put it underneath the sink. And I'm just pushing it out, stretching it to all the corners, kind of just gently working with the dough. It just takes a little time to just get comfortable in the pan. Starting to get nice and spread out here. Can you close the door? What I'm just doing with my hands now is I'm kind of flattening and feeling the thickness around it. Kind of pinching. This is almost like pie dough stuff. Pinching and spreading. When I was a kid, growing up on Long Island, we had some really good pizza nearby. And one of my favorite pies was the Sicilian pie. And it was shaped just like this, rectangle, really thick crust. So crispy on the edges, soft and kind of buttery in the middle, and tons of cheese and sauce. That was all I needed in my life, is some Sicilian. I used to get it all the time. That was my jam, Sicilian pie. I remember that pizza place very well. It was named the same name as the town that I grew up in, Sayville Pizza. So good, so many memories there. By the way, I've preheated my oven to 500. You want a really hot oven for a nice crispy pie. For the sauce, I'm keeping it really simple. I'm just using jarred sauce, so you get whatever you want. Just gonna spread it around. Don't go all the way to the edges. Leave like a ½ inch of that crust, a little bit more. It's about a half of a jar. Careful. Okay, that looks pretty. Let's go to the next step. I'm mostly gonna use some pre-shredded mozzarella, and then I'm gonna also add some of my sharp cheddar. Sprinkle the mozzarella all around. You want this to be the dominant cheese, so I would say at least 2 parts of mozzarella to, 1 part of other cheese, maybe 3 parts to 1. Like I said, you can stop here if you just want to do mozzarella. That was about 4 cups of mozzarella. I'm gonna save this for another time. And then I'm just gonna add a little bit of sharp cheddar on. Just to give it a little extra kick of cheesy, salty yumminess. So I would say we're maybe using 4 ounces. Watch his fingers, please. This is gonna be a very cheesy pie. Isn't that pretty? Now I'm just gonna go for it with the toppings. I've got my sausage that I'm gonna sprinkle all around. It's breakfast sausage, so it has like those delicious herbs in it. I'm gonna go pepperoni a little bit. This is like the decorating part. It's really fun. Yeah, it's a little spicy. Do you want to try it? Sure. Here. It's delicious pepperoni, yeah. All right, I think that looks good with pepperoni. Now I have just a few of these onions here that I'm gonna put on. Are you okay? About half of the pizza. The kids don't like these so much. Most kids do not go for the onions. Most grown-ups do. And yeah.
You're right, it is spicy.
It is spicy, but it'll be good. You like it? Okay. I think that looks awesome. I'm gonna put it in the 500-degree oven for about 16 minutes. Sorry, about 16 minutes. But I will let you know when I'm done how long it actually took to cook. I'm gonna check on it probably after 10 minutes and gauge it. See you in a minute.
These are really spicy meats.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Okay, the pizza is done. It's amazing. It was in there for about 15, 16 minutes, and you're gonna freak out when you see it. Oh my gosh, I need another oven mitt. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Careful, careful, it's hot. Look how gorgeous that pizza is. All right, I just went through it a couple of times with my pizza cutter right here. And Try not to damage my pan, but oh my gosh, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? It's still steaming. So this will be for the kids, and I did my onions on this side. The crust is nice and crispy on the outside, soft. Whoops. There we go. What do you think? Good? This is so delicious. Thank you so much for making this with me. I hope you make it at home and I hope you enjoy it. If I can do it, anybody can do it. Bye.